Good morning. I'm in the Mourne Mountains today, and I've come back with some unfinished business. So the last time I was camping here was when the midges beat me. So I tried 3 different camp spots before I found a breeze and was able to bivvy down for the night. So today the plan is to come back to that original first campsite, which is down on the shores of Ben Crom Reservoir, where I've camped once before and had a hankering to go back. I'm going to go back there, and I'm going to camp there tonight. Now today, it's okay today. As you can see, there's a lot of low cloud down in the hills. It does forecast heavy rain and winds for later this evening, so I have brought the tent, and hopefully that will sort of stand up well. Well, we will see, but I hope. So that's the plan for today, heading into the Mourne Mountains. So I'm up about 360 meters, and I'm sort of heading into the mist. I'm not sure if it's going to clear today at all. I'm not too hopeful, and I'm climbing up Slieve Binnian, and this is probably the most spectacular mountain in the Mournes, and on a good clear day it's just absolutely stunning. But even on a foggy, misty day, it's pretty cool as well, and that's maybe just the way it's going to have to be. So there was a wee brief glimmer of hope that the mist would lift. It was starting to sort of disappear off the top of Slieve again, but it was short-lived. As you can see, it's been mist all the way, and you can see how wet it is as well. There's been a lot of wind and rain here over the past few weeks. So this is just a wee weather window today that I'm hoping to catch. And just the difference the wall makes. You can maybe hear the wind whistling through it. But when you put your head over, you can feel the wind sort of buffing you. So it's actually been quite a cool walk along the top of Slieve Binnian. At times it's just been flat calm, and other times the wind just hits you, just whips along the ground, just whatever way it's swirling around the tors. Very quiet up here. I met 2 other people, but that's it, and really no views at all. I don't know if that'll change on the way down. So as I've been dropping off Slieve Binnian, I've been getting these tantalising views down over Ben Crom Reservoir, and they're the sort of views that just appear and disappear, and they really lift you up. It just brings an enormous big smile to your face, that you're just seeing something, and you near enough go wow, to yourself. Just absolutely stunning. And again, you just don't know what you'll see when you're out in the mountains. You might see absolutely nothing. You might have a fantastic clear day. You might have just these wee glimpses of some of the beauty that's around, but it's all great. I was coming down Slieve Binnian, the cloud was lifting up over Ben Crom. I thought happy days, but it's all closed in again. It's all got really dark and gloomy. So my original plan was to climb over Slieve Binnian, which I've done, and Slieve Lamigan, Cove Mountain, Slieve Beg, Brandy Pad, Hare's Gap, and then down to the reservoir and follow it to my camp spot. I've changed that, so I'm going low. I'm going to drop down to Ben Crom Reservoir, and I'm going to follow the shoreline up to the head of the reservoir, and then walk down along the other side to my camp spot. And I haven't done that. I haven't walked that part of the shoreline, so that'll be a wee new bit for me. Wind up the top was really getting up. It's dropped down now that I've dropped down, so hopefully my camp spot won't be too windy whenever I get to it a wee bit later. So it's pretty much the end of October. It's the middle of the week. It's about 3:30, and it just feels like I'm the only one here in the Mournes. It's just so quiet today, and no one else about at the minute. I'm down here at Ben Crom Reservoir, and I'm going to walk up to the head and then walk down this other side here to pick up my camp spot. But yeah, just really cool. And again, I've said this before, but I hem and had, I did my packing, but I was still hemming in hand, and it's just great to be here. So I've arrived at my proposed camp spot, and the going along this side of the shore was actually really easy from the head of the reservoir down. It is breezy here. Again, part of me's wanting to sort of play it safe. I know I can climb up, and there's another camp spot up there up beside the river. I don't know. I'll maybe just put the tent up and see what it's like. The tent up. I think I'm happy. It is breezy. The tent is moving a bit. It's about 5 o'clock, so I did say I would put it up just to get a sense of what it was like. I'm not sure how much windier it's going to get. So part of me wants to stay here, and part of me wants to climb up to the pitch up at the river, which would have a bit more shelter. This is just straight open here, as you can see all the way back down. about 6:30. I'm feeling very content. I've had my noodles and tuna and my tea, and a couple of big rounds of sourdough bread. So that's just put me in a nice wee sort of shape to maybe contemplate getting in and lying down and chilling out, because it is nearly dark. Really cool here. Just the sort of mist and clouds just sort of rolling in up the valley, cutting off the hills. Rain is held off, but it isn't due to rain maybe for another hour or so. So that was great, allowed me to get the tent and all up. But yeah, just absolutely beautiful. Good decision to come back here so far. So it's not often that I buy new stuff. Once upon a time, there were 3 bears. No, once upon a time, I did buy loads of gear. I would have been buying stuff, you know, every month, but that's long past. I suppose that's about understanding that I've pretty much everything I need. So one of the things that I think is a real essential for wild camping is a good pillow. You know, and I've used my rucksack, I've used inflatable pillows that have started to go down. I've a proper pillow at the minute that I've been using, but it's just not big enough. So I've kept hearing about these technology pillows. So I bought one, and look at all the size of this. It is tiny. This is a really good size. It's super easy to blow up, a couple of puffs and it's up. And it's got a nice wee valve that stops you coming down. The other inflatable pillow I had, you just sort of take a big massive breath and blow and blow and blow, and then try and get the stop in before it started going down. And I suppose this has got the strap to put under the sleeping mat, and it's got I suppose an anti-slip back. So it'll be interesting to see how this performs. If we get any sleep with all this flapping going on, but it's certainly something that I'll talk about in the morning. Just to let you know that the forecast for rain was on the money, and heavy rain at it. It's actually really cool sitting here in the tent and hearing the rain battering off it. As long as it stays outside, then it's all cool. Again. It's just after 9, so it's been raining pretty heavily non-stop for a couple of hours. Very blustery wind. Actually had me worried for a wee bit, but I think I've calmed myself. That it'll take something, I think, to shift the tent. So yeah, maybe other updates. My lack of sleep report, it's not after 11. Continues really heavy rains. That's over 4 hours of heavy rain now. Wind has got up a wee bit as well, so sort of some fairly hefty gusts. The tent is feeling the strain a wee bit just with the water being blasted at it. So there is a wee bit of water making a strain around the seams, but nothing too bad. Nearly 1 o'clock, the rains eventually stop. Still very windy. The rain stopped. I was able to go out for a pee. One of my guy lines had snapped, so I was able to refix that. But yeah, the wind just bears keeping an eye on. Morning. Rain stopped, but there's an absolutely ferocious wind, which has been around for the past couple of hours. So not a good night's sleep at all. There was a gap, I think, between maybe about 1 and 4 where I must have been sleeping, because I don't recall looking at the watch. But yeah, not a great night to be in the Mournes, but the weather has been atrocious over the past few weeks, so I suppose this was just an opportunity to try and get a wee weather window, which didn't fully work. One positive, the pillow was really cool. So if I had been able to sleep, that would have worked amazing. I had it a wee bit hard just, but it's really easy to adjust how much air's in it. It's so simple. So that was a really good buy. And again, it was only about 20 quid. So yeah, so I suppose it's getting up here, getting out, trying to get this down without anything going away, and then paying off. It's actually good to be out of that tent with all the noise and the flapping. You can see the wee stream I showed you yesterday evening. All that overnight rain is all flying down. The sun is just touching the top of Slieve Binnian there. So I'm going to follow the route I did before. I'm going to climb up along the waterfall, up and over Ben Crom. So that's all the rain that fell last night coming down off the mountain. The last time I came up along this waterfall, it was really impressive. But there must be at least twice as much water than down this time. So I climbed up beside the waterfalls, and that was quite a cool climb, just with the volume of water. And I've reached the second wee campsite, and it is a lot more shelter up here, so probably with the amazing power of hindsight, this probably would have been the place to camp last night, and not have to endure all those winds coming straight at me. Usually I can just walk straight across here, but no mission of doing that today, again just with the volume of water that's about this morning. So I'm going to break out the cooking gear, and I'm going to get a brew on and get my breakfast. So I've been up over Ben Crom. Pretty windy up the top, as you would expect. Handy enough coming down as well. And I'm back down at the dam and the reservoir, as you can see. So I've just a wee bit of climbing left to do. To climb up to the col between Slieve Binnian and Slieve, and then I've a nice path all the way back past Blue Lock, back to Carrick. This is a nice wee walk out, heading down past Blue Lock. That's Slieve. Lovely place behind me there. Loads of runoff. This is coming from Blue Lock, just from all that rain last night. There's just the sound of water absolutely everywhere falling off the hills. So I'm nearly back. You know what, I haven't been out wild camping probably for about 4 weeks, and I was getting withdrawal symptoms, and the weather's been rubbish, so I took an opportunity. It sort of worked out okay, but it was really wild last night. I was really worried about the tent, and I did have to get out a couple of times because some of the guy lines had snapped to sort of reattach them. It was really strong wind and really torrential rain. So I probably wouldn't want to be having that experience again. But it was a good trip, quite quiet out in the hills midweek, say near the end of October. And the weather, well, even with the wind, the weather was pretty cool. Love the mist swirling around and clearing, and just revealing things and then them disappearing. That's really cool. I had a couple of really cool chats with a couple of guys as well, just talking about sort of why they're out in the mountains and maybe rediscovering things and looking after emotional health and well-being. So that was quite cool as well. So yeah, good trip, good to be out in the mountains, good to be out wild camping, and I'm feeling the sun on my face at the minute, which is really cool. So hopefully there'll be some more settled weather coming up, maybe some nice crisp autumnal or even coming into winter weather. That would be really nice to get out and camping in that weather. So here's hoping.